Enterprises across every industry can use all their data to activate their apps and experiences. With Data Cloud, you now have complete customer information, better analytics, and can leverage trustworthy AI-powered agents with Agentforce. Now, let's see how this comes to life through a demo. Before we dive into the demo, let's quickly reorient ourselves. In this demo, we'll explore how Data Cloud enhances sales, marketing, service, Tableau, analytics, improves notifications in Slack, and powers 3 of our Salesforce Agentforce agents: the web agent, the help agent, and the marketing nurture agent. With that context in mind, let's get started. I'm going into salesforce.com, logged in with my personal ID. I'll show you the personal ID. At the bottom here, you can see our salesforce.com web agent built with Agentforce. I'm going to ask a simple question. If you take a look at it, this simple question is already templatized. This prompt here, show me an Agentforce demo. What's happening here is going in there and finding me the best Agentforce demo. Once I click on the demo, this is recorded as a web signal. So I'm clicking here on watch the demo. So once I click on it, if you notice on top here, it's giving me the credentials that I have logged into salesforce.com with. It's rahul@auratkar.com. Remember that ID, that's my personal ID, and the rest of the demo is based off of that personal ID. I watched the demo here for a few seconds. Once I start watching the demo, that web signal, along with a variety of different signals coming in from the 661 data streams, now are used to score me as a prospect that can be converted into a lead. It's also known as lead scoring. That scoring is done with the ML or predictive AI. And now I'm in the Salesforce internal production instance of Sales Cloud. This is Salesforce's use of its own product, Sales Cloud. It's also external. You might have heard the phrase org62. This is org62. Now I'm searching whether my lead got created, rahul@auratkar.com. Remember that ID. So did that lead get created? Of course it did here, and not only it got created, but it also showed a title here, EVP and GM of product. Where is this coming from? Even though I was logged in as rahul@auratkar.com and it got assigned to Acme Engineering, it's coming from the fact that now Salesforce and using Data Cloud and our platform knows a lot more about me across all of these 661 data streams. And also, using all that data, it created that score. I exceeded a certain threshold, and that threshold allowed that machine learning scoring threshold that allowed this system to create me as a lead. If the lead was not created, if I fell below the threshold, it went into the marketing nurture agent, where the nurture agent further nurtures this prospect. Let me go behind the scenes to show you how this worked. Again, back to the home screen here for Data Cloud. I want to show you all the data streams, the 661 data streams. Take a look at this. First off, there is Snowflake here. Now, the interesting thing is I've got 776 million last records processed from Snowflake. And the data stream type here is direct access. What does direct access mean? This is zero copy, which means we have really not brought the 776 million data records into Data Cloud. We have virtualized it, which means we federated that data from Snowflake. Now, this is our gift to the industry. We call it the zero copy network. By zero copy network, we have partnerships, like I said before, with all the major data vendors that allows us to now use that trapped data or unlock the trapped data for it to be used here. Take a look at Amazon S3. You bring it in through ingest. This is through connectivity. Or you could do it through acceleration using zero copy. Variety of different sources, Marketing Cloud, Salesforce CRM data, all of these signals, billions and billions of records being created here. Now, once you bring the data in here, I'm going to get into what is known as the harmonization here. What does harmonization mean? It's the ability for us to harmonize data across multiple different systems. Let me show you an example. An example would be on the left side of the screen is the source systems from where all the website engagement is happening. On the right side is what we refer to as objects, that is defining the data, also known as the metadata objects. Those objects then can be used for subsequent actions that you would want to perform. Why is this important? What's important is on the left side, you have all the source systems. Imagine you add 5 more source systems. This mapping that you're doing on the screen then automatically isolates the source systems from the downstream systems that require this data for driving actions. This can be done for web signals. It can be done for account info. That leads to this creation of this enterprise graph. What I'm about to show you on the screen here is the enterprise graph here, which is, take a look at this. You have individual at the center, you have the account contact that is connected to the individual, the contact point phone, and all of this is also known as normalizing or harmonizing how data sits across all systems. Now, once you're done with that, there's one more issue here. You could have multiple Rahuls in the system. Rahul at auradhkar.com, I might be r.auradhkar at salesforce.com, I might be coming in with my cell phone number, I might be coming in with my Google ID. Let me show you what that now leads to. This is the unification. Unification can be about our source profiles, which I talked to you about. Here's the interesting thing, 267 million source 0.54 source profile. If you recollect, when I started the demo, it was a number that was a little different. That tells you that this is a live production instance. I've unified it to 142 million unified profiles. I was showing this demo yesterday. It was at 141.5 million unified profiles. Now, what does this unification mean? Of course, the unification can be done with either fuzzy rules or it can be done with deterministic rules. As an example, if you want to do customer service, you want it to be deterministic rules. If you want it to be for marketing reasons, you want to do it with fuzzy. You can mix and match and you can do a variety of different rules. And of course, you can store multiple graphs, which is uniquely different with Salesforce Data Cloud. By doing so, as an example, we deliver 20 to 25% fewer outreaches to customers, and we get about up to 25% better, richer results from it. So this unification allows us to know more about our own customers. They know more about Rahul at auradhkar.com. Okay, we talked about unification. Now here is my unified profile. This is my Rahul at auradhkar.com unified profile. If you take a look at it, it's got some history here. I worked at Microsoft before. I've been assigned to Acme Engineering and Manufacturing Corporation, etc. But more importantly, you look at the details here. It's got all the data lineage of records and profiles. My past phone numbers, my past email addresses, my past addresses, including the last one that I'd used in New York City. Now, on the right side, I have all my engagement feed, the emails I've opened, and also my Trailblazer activity at the bottom here. If you take a look at the Trailblazer activity, I've done a few badges on Data Cloud use cases, on AI use cases. So it is the rich unified profile. We can use this unified profile in a variety of different applications, whether it is for sales or service or marketing or analytics or AI. What does it mean to use the profile? Imagine you have knowledge about me in your business applications. Now you're using this unified profile to enrich what you know about me. Using that enrichment, you can better engage with me across all these channels and modalities and touch points. Now let's take an example of how that is being used. So if you recollect, I talked about the lead getting created after I went to the website and asked to look at a demo. That is a trigger. That is also known as a data trigger that triggers an action. That action is driven through Flow. Flow is our low-code automation that sits inside Salesforce platform. Remember I mentioned Data Cloud being deeply integrated into the platform? This is the seamless way in which we can get access to low-code automation. Here, if you go in, the decision that was made was, am I a qualified lead or am I not a qualified lead? If I'm a qualified lead, should I be handed off to an SDR or a BDR? In this case, it was handed off to an SDR. If I was not qualified, it got handed off to Marketing Cloud for driving the nurture agent. So this allows us to take all the richnesses of Salesforce platform that Data Cloud now can rely on because it's deeply integrated into the platform. Now, what Flow is doing is it's integrating actions across sales, service, marketing, analytics with the signals that it picks up from Data Cloud because Data Cloud is deeply integrated into the platform. Now that we have the unified profile, I showed you my unified profile. We have 142 million unified profiles. What can we do with it? We can create segments with it. Or we can use unified profiles in sales, service, marketing, analytics for a variety of different reasons. But let's talk about the segments here. You can create segments also for a variety of different reasons. You might want to target somebody for customer service, for sales, or for marketing campaigns. One of our largest customers uses it for customer service. A few other customers use it for integrating sales and marketing. These are some compelling use cases to optimize their B2B and B2C spend when they go from marketing to sales. So let's take one such activation here. I'm going to run you through these activation screens. These are all the activations that Customer Zero has been running. One such activation is paid media, all contacts with entitlements. Let's take a step back. What does pay all contacts with entitlements mean? You recollect Rahul@auratkar.com came in, a lead was created. The lead was assigned to Acme Engineering and Manufacturing. Then Rahul@auratkar.com became a customer. Now, because I'm a customer, that profile now has, unified profile has an entitlement. Now we're driving an entitlement, a campaign. And if you take a look at it, this campaign was run just yesterday. It's a Google paid media campaign. And I was previously on the insights screen. So what are the insights we're getting back? We're getting back insights like affinity categories, demographics, and in-market category. These are off of a baseline that Google provides us these insights from. Why is this important? First off, we have strategic partnerships with Google, and we have strategic partnerships with Amazon, Meta, and many other ad tech providers. These insights now can be used to continuously improve your segments. We have a few early customers of Data Cloud who have used segment optimization of their segments, and they have got outsized value on targeting. Some of them have got 35x better targeting. We ourselves, customer zero, got 5x better ad spend optimization or ROI on ad spend. Now, this is important not just for Google, but also for Meta and Amazon, etc. I'm going to take you to another chapter here. Now that Rahul@auratkar.com is a customer of Salesforce, where we are right now is I am now interested to learn more about Agentforce. I've become a customer of Data Cloud, and I'm also a customer of Sales Cloud as well. So I want to ask a question as in saying, show me Agentforce pricing. So when this happens, what the web agent is doing is giving me the Agentforce pricing. Now, what's important to note here is that I'm already a customer with entitlements. I saw an ad, and I came here and started looking at pricing. What does it mean? I've already been ranked as a high propensity customer. So it means I'm looking at pricing for Agentforce. All of a sudden, this is a very rich signal for a high propensity buyer. This signal now triggers Slack alerts. All our AEs, account executives, live in Slack. AEs get a Slack alert here. This is an example of a Slack alert. Rahul Auratkar is looking at product pages for Agentforce and the pricing pages. So what it allows now the AE to do is take action on this high propensity customer. Either they can pick up the phone call, send an email, or use that unified, harmonized information about Rahul@auratkar.com, use that to ground a Gen AI response either through an email or any other form of communication. Now, this is the ability for AEs to get immediate knowledge about their customers has led to outstanding results for us from an ACV and a conversion standpoint. Now I'm here on help.salesforce.com. This is Agent First. So you can go to help.salesforce.com and ask question of an AI agent that is built, help agent that's built with Agentforce. Now that I'm a customer, I want to ask a very simple question. Perhaps very simple question, but very hard to find a good coherent answer. I want to use SAP data for Agentforce. Does Data Cloud have an SAP connector? Look at the rich answer I get from this. Now from here, I can ask a subsequent question, which is show me the setup. Here the setup is giving me more details about how to set up the SAP connector. Now, why is this possible? This is possible because we have 500,000 some unstructured data records that have been ingested into Data Cloud. What does it mean? Just simple unstructured data could be PDF documents. It could be help documents that are sitting on salesforce.com. It could be design documents written by engineers. All of those are unstructured in that they're not like spreadsheets as in rows and columns. They have been ingested into Data Cloud, and that's available through a variety of different techniques underneath that allows us to search on those unstructured data records. Now that you've looked at help.salesforce.com, let me get into actual help customer service here. This is OrgCS. OrgCS is Salesforce's internal customer service production instance that uses Service Cloud. If you take a look at it, here I have Rahul@auratkar.com, the unified profile, Acme Engineering. There's a real case here being created called Data Cloud segment copy error. The case in itself is less important. What's important is now this whoever is dealing with the case has access to my unified profile, has information about Acme Engineering and Manufacturing Corporation. Using this customer service agent can service so much better, and we're getting outsized efficiency here in the way customer service is being handled using Data Cloud and the unified profile. Finally, all of this is available with Tableau using Tableau for analytics. Here I've created a simple dashboard. The dashboard is the C360 dashboard which talks about just the profiles and the unified profiles, contacts and leads and accounts. I can just click on each of that. I can go to the next level of detail with these dashboards. Tableau runs seamlessly on Data Cloud, and Tableau Next is running seamlessly on Data Cloud, including the semantic data model, which you're going to see out in the future. In summary, with this demo, what I showed you was how Data Cloud enhances sales, marketing, service, and Tableau analytics. It improves notifications in Slack that allows AEs to reach out to their high-propensity customers, powers 3 of our key Salesforce AI agents built using Agentforce, the web agent, the help agent, and the marketing nurture agent. Now that you've seen an end-to-end demo, let's take a look at the results we have seen. We are seeing impressive results. By leveraging Data Cloud to route leads effectively, we have achieved almost 40% improvement in pipeline and a 60% year-over-year increase in contract value for every lead we send. Our unified customer data is also significantly boosting efficiency. We have saved almost 35,000 customer service hours per year, empowering our service agents to be far more productive. For our sales teams, the ability to prioritize based on this unified view has been game-changing. In our pilot program alone, notifications driven by Data Cloud Insights identified almost 25 million in potential value simply by connecting them with the right customers at the right time. The impact extends to our marketing efforts by partnering with platforms like Google and leveraging Data Cloud for precise audience targeting. We are seeing an impressive 5x return on our marketing investment, ensuring we are reaching the most relevant customers. Our email campaigns and events are performing significantly better. By inviting the right individuals based on this unified data, we have experienced a 2 to 3 times improvement in pipeline and deal value from attendees compared to previous approaches. Beyond revenue and efficiency, Data Cloud is also critical for maintaining trust and compliance. We are now processing over 4 million consent updates every month, ensuring we are consistently honoring our customers' preferences globally, all thanks to this single source of truth. Finally, Data Cloud is transforming our customer support. We are on our way to having powered 1 million conversations with a live agent, and we're also achieving an outstanding 85% resolution rate, directly solving our customers' challenges. Now, you might be considering your own Data Cloud journey. If so, I want to invite you to join us either in person at Dreamforce in San Francisco or streaming on Salesforce Plus. We would love to meet you and answer any and all questions you have. I hope to see you there soon. Thank you. I hope you liked this video and the demo. If you like these demos and videos, please click the like button or subscribe. This gives us a signal about what you like, and we can create more such content for you. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.